She's basically a loaded gun with teeth that has no safety except for me. Like, I'm her safety, right?
I can see that straight killer.
Some people think training their dog is cruel. I think it's more cruel to not have training on your dog because it teaches them boundaries, teaches them expectations.
What kind of dog is she?
She is half German Shepherd, half Belgian Malinois.
What is something that you learned in the Marine Corps that taught you how to love a dog better?
There are a lot of people that try to train their dogs and they try their best, but having a deeper understanding of how they think, how they act, most people don't understand them on that level. If we're gonna go search buildings, I can't just take a dog that's never gone and searched a building and expect her to do it right the first time, right? I gotta build her into that. And I teach her all the pictures of every possible scenario that she might encounter so she knows how to act in those situations.
When you have different type of injuries, leaving the Corps, leaving that kind of camaraderie, having a dog kind of gives you a companion that you can guide. Sometimes they're a pain in the ass, but in the best way possible.
When you have PTSD or anxiety, depression, things of such, you lose a lot of freedom. I don't think there's many truly aggressive dogs out there. It's usually rooted in fear and confidence. My favorite parts about training dogs is teaching their owner, their handler, how to understand their dog so that they can have that better relationship.
Look at me real quick. Look, you. See that little button on the bottom that says subscribe? I need you to hit subscribe. I need you to hit subscribe. That way we can continue to tell all these stories with full integrity, full honesty, but this also gets the stories of really great individuals out there, people who need to be heard, people who are doing great stuff in our community, people who deserve to be seen for what they're doing. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
All right, welcome back to Triple V. I am your host, Ronnie Long, and I am sitting here with...
Michael Parker.
He doesn't know his own name. I'm joking. It's
I
not
thought
just
you were gonna
Michael.
introduce me. My
It's
bad.
not just Michael Parker, though. We have another guest here as well. This beautiful young lady. What is her name?
This is Padme.
Padme. That is a very good name. Now, we're here at your facility, Devil Dog Canine, right? Oh, by the way, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We're all looking good for 250, including this one right over here.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so tell me about Devil Dog Canine.
Yeah, so Devil Dog Canine, we started in August of 2024. Back it up a little bit, how I got into dogs. I've not always been a dog trainer. It's not what I did in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hey, Lainey. She's excited to be here. Hey, Lainey. So in the military, I worked on aircraft. After I got out, I did the whole cowboy thing. I worked on, with horses and road bulls, worked on ranches in Hawaii, all across the country. 2022, I got my service dog, Levi. Sparked my curiosity into dogs. Met Laura in the end of 2023. She...
Keep going. You're good. You're good.
Met her in 2023, and she helped me build a better relationship with Levi. I really struggled connecting with him.
Yeah.
Sparked that curiosity in dogs and training dogs. Got an opportunity to come up here in the beginning of last year and learn how to train. Fell in love with it, love it more than horses, a lot less broken bones. Plus you get to
Yeah.
work with crazy dogs like this one here. They're special. But yeah, we left there in July of last year and we started Devil Dog Canine on our own.
Awesome. You're, like we said, you were a Marine like me. Who were you with? And when were you serving?
Yeah, so I was with VMM 161 out in San Diego, Miramar. Climb. I was in 2012 to 2015.
2012, 2015. Okay, so like right about the end of mine, you were getting in. Okay. And did you ever deploy?
I did not.
You did not
I feel
deploy.
like that was one of my biggest regrets with my time in. It's not deploying, but not
Hey,
everybody deploys.
That's true. I know some people they got into the infantry and then they wanted to deploy, but for some reason one thing happened or another, just never did. So it's like, man, being in the infantry and then not deploying, that's got to be a kick in the balls sometimes.
Yeah,
it happens though.
It's the wave, man. Right? Like,
yeah.
I just happened to join. I got to my unit. They were a week and a half back from Afghanistan, and Then right after I got out, they went on a boat. So I just kind of missed that way. So.
Oh, the boats. Yeah.
Hey, come here, climb.
Here we go.
Laney. She's
I like
going
it,
on an
though.
adventure of her own over here.
So, what kind of dog is she?
She is half German Shepherd, half Belgian Malinois.
The Malinois.
100%
Okay.
ferocious.
Yeah, I can see that straight killer. But I have a feeling like she's in excitement mode right now. She doesn't get a lot of guests.
She's a licker and a little bit of a finger nibbler, so I don't let everybody. Hey, climb! Don't let just everybody pet her.
Yeah.
She's a little crazy, but I allow her to be crazy because she does bitey things. But as you can tell, she's completely social. She's chill with people, not overly suspicious.
Yeah.
And she's a good gauge of character. So the people that she has like just reacted on her own at, I'm like, yeah, no, that person's sketch. So trust her instincts really well.
It is a good gauge. Like if a dog has a reacted to somebody and you're just like, that's a little off. It's
Yeah.
like when, I think it's really good for veterans in general. Like over in Las Vegas, I help out with RWB Dog Tags, which is a nonprofit that helps combat veterans be paired up with rescued animals, kind of trains them how to be dog trainers, and kind of like they save each other, right? And the whole reason for it is because of the companionship that you get when you have a canine. And I'm pretty sure, as somebody who also understands, when you have different type of injuries, leaving the Corps, leaving that kind of camaraderie life, having a dog kind of gives you a companion that you can they sometimes are a pain in the ass, but in the best way possible. Like when we were in, that's like we had a pain in the ass people who probably shared a room with us.
Yeah.
So it's almost the same thing. I'm not saying all Marines are like dogs.
We're called devil dogs for a reason.
Absolutely. Yeah. Man, she is beautiful though. How long have you had her?
I got her when she was 8 months old. She's just about 2.5 years old now. So I've had her almost 2 years at this point.
Almost 2 years. What kind of training did you put her through? Like like you said you had another dog before her. Was she part of like the curriculum trying to decide what you were going to do with Double Dog Canine?
So I got her. I always wanted a protection dog. Obviously protection dogs are expensive. But I really wanted to train my own. And so when we moved up here and I started learning to train, our old boss had her. He had a litter of half German Shepherd, half Mals that he had, and she didn't have a home. He actually said her ceiling was like low. He didn't think she was capable of doing a whole lot. She bit, and that was about it. When I got her, hey, climb, Laney. And we just built a relationship and built a bond. She's the size I wanted. I wanted something that I could carry. Like my other Mal was 90 pounds.
That's a big
I ain't
Mal.
carrying that guy around. But I wanted something smaller. I could hook up to my kit, carry, or throw a strap on her carrier, but also packed a punch. And that was her. She was everything I wanted as far as like build and such forth. Very crazy.
High energy.
Very high energy, high drive. Oh God, if I threw a ball across the floor right now, she would go crazy.
Well, the thing with it is, like, when you see her, like, you immediately want it. Like, some people are scared of the pointy-eared dogs, which I thought was wild to me. Like, that was like a whole thing, right? Because they did like right now, there's a whole thing, like, people don't like pit bulls because they think pit bulls are super aggressive. But back in the day, they didn't like these ones. The pointy-eared dogs look aggressive and all that. And I'm like, come on, look at this. It's like, look at this girl. Yeah, she's high energy and all that, but they're herding dogs. They're meant to herd. They like to work. These are a working dog, and if you give them something to work on, they're going to be focused. Like we were just talking about it before. I think the cameras were rolling. They are like the ADHD version of. They're the dog equivalent to what we are. ADHD as hell, right?
Oh, yeah.
All over the place. Oh yeah, see, Aria snapped and she's like
what?
paying attention. But they're all over the place. They're focused. They're going around. But if you give them a job, they're going to be on it the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey,
She likes our cameraman.
she likes the cameraman. She's gonna mess up the shot over there. Hey, no say. No say.
I like that she's scratching nothing, but she's really going at it.
Climb. Okay, Laney. She's like, this is exciting, guys. Hey, no.
Chill.
Laney.
So is she treat or toy motivated?
I use a lot of treats, mostly because her ball drive is so high. We've channeled that down a little bit. Man, when I first got her, if you pulled a ball out, you're getting bit. Like, she had no control, no self-control whatsoever. But we built that up or channeled that in, so now I can use toys. But usually I just grab food. Like, I can actually take my hand, and because I've lured her so much, I don't even have to put anything in my hand, and she'll like hit my hand and like follow it around. That's the perks of using treats to train your dog, is you can guide them wherever with your hand.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, oh.
So if someone's looking for a dog through you, what are the normal things they look at? Are they looking for a service animal? Are they looking for a working dog? Or is it kind of like custom fit of what they're looking for?
It really kind of depends on the person, what they need. We train pretty much everything. We do a lot of obedience training for everyday people. Behavioral modification is something we get a lot of. We're really good at taking a dog that's got behavioral issues, whether it's lack of confidence, whether it's fear. I don't think there's many truly aggressive dogs out there. It's usually rooted in fear and confidence. Sometimes there's those genetic things. Can't change genetics, but we can teach you how to control and change those things. So we she cracks me up, dude. So we can modify those behaviors, right? That's why it's called behavioral modification. We can change the way that dog responds to things, whether it's building the confidence, teaching them that those things they're afraid of, there's no reason to be afraid of them, and then teaching the owner how to do that stuff. But we do a lot of working dogs as well. We've trained a few protection dogs. A lot of what we get is therapy and service dogs, though. So we off on our next adventure. So we do therapy dogs. We recently partnered with Our Rescue to train therapy dogs for different anti-trafficking organizations. We've trained some for
the Underground Railroad guys.
Yeah, it used to be
Operation Underground Railroad.
Now it's Our Rescue. But yeah.
It's a lot easier to say.
Yeah, so we train therapy dogs for them. We train a lot of service dogs, mostly for survivors of human trafficking, but also for veterans. I do try to steer away from training dogs for veterans because we're not a nonprofit organization, and I'd rather them go to somebody that can give it to them for
like
free
RWE
or
dog
cheap.
tags, because completely free. It's like the food, the medical, all that stuff is free. So I understand what you're talking about when it comes to that. When it comes to, oh, look at her being funny. You're operating camera, baby girl? Nope, she found a water bottle.
She's like, I'll take that water bottle. Hey, come here.
Does she bring you a beer when you're watching football?
Come on. She does not. She
I
will
saw that
drink my
once.
beer though, if given the chance. And she'll take my water bottle apparently too.
Hydrate or die.
For the
man.
record, she did drink a bunch of water before we started rolling. They can vouch for that. Hey, don't chew up my water bottle.
Yeah, that's a good response. Look at the
You see the little
excitement.
chatter? Her little chatter going on. She cracks me up.
Yeah. It's aviation. So Top Gun. We were talking about Top Gun for a second. Did you get to play volleyball?
I did actually. I did more surfing than volleyball, but I did play some volleyball.
I've never surfed. I lived in California that whole time, and I never surfed. The closest I got was in Africa, and that was just more like body surfing because we're just like, screw it, hit the water. And you ever been to Africa?
No, I haven't.
No, it's like just the waves look a lot smaller until you're there. You're like, oh, okay. So it's more like getting tossed around. That was a fun time. Man. So how long does the process get? So like you said, it kind of depends on what each dog is required for each person. So is there like a different program that they apply for? Is there a qualification process for them, or are they pretty much just pay to play?
So the way we do things is we look at how many weeks it's going to take us to get the training. That's the best, like, straight across the board way we found to do the training. So when you're talking like service dogs, well, the way we found to cut a lot of the costs, because if we started it as a puppy, you're looking at $30,000-$40,000 per dog.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people have that kind of money, especially those that need a service dog. They don't have that kind of money to invest in a service dog. So what we found is if we take a dog that's, anywhere from 9 months to a year and a half, depending on what the tasks are that it's needed for. Like, so we'll say like a dog for like PTSD. We can put the tasks on it. So like DPT, deep pressure therapy. We can teach it to block, teach it to start getting into alerting. That takes a little bit more, but we can teach like those two basic tasks and the obedience in 10 to 12 weeks, right? Because we're really good at teaching the obedience, teaching those tasks. They're very simple to train. The thing with getting a dog that's a little older as well is, like, we've ran into this with puppies. Like, you get a puppy and it seems great when it's a puppy, and then it goes through like a fear phase and it comes out the other side all, different. They mature and they change. You get a dog that's a little more mature, and you kind of already know how that dog's going to be, and you'll be like, okay, cool, this dog's going to make a great service dog. And then we can teach it the tasks. They're still young enough and impressionable enough that you can teach them everything and it really sticks, but you're skipping over the whole puppy phase where they're all over the place, right? Whereas like my puppy right now, he's learning all the things, but he's a puppy in a big world. Like, everything outside
Everything is new.
is huge to him, right? Yeah. So I can't expect him as a puppy to really focus in the way I need him as a service dog, right? Like, a service dog should be focused on me more than what's going on out there, versus like her, she's a protection and explosive detection dog. I want her to be outwardly focused, right? Like, she'll pay attention to what I'm telling her, but she's looking for external threats, which is her job. A service dog is a very different role. But yeah, that's a long answer to say it really kind of just depends on what their needs are. Like, if we're finding them a dog, we're going to find a dog that matches what they need. Hey, climb. Her nose gets the better of her sometimes. We're going to find them a dog that matches up with what they need, teach it the skills that it needs, and get that quick turnaround. But the dog is solid, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, just normal clients with like pet dogs, 4 to 6 weeks, we can teach it obedience, fix behavioral issues, whatever we need to do.
Got it. So it's like, for her, she's a working dog. She's outwardly focused, but if you have a working dog that's focused on the person, they're going to be mostly focused on them. And that's going to depend, different type of training, different type of things to go forth at.
Yeah. So I would say, as far as there's levels to this stuff, right? Like, pet dogs, simple, right? You're just teaching them obedience. Whereas like working dogs, a protection dog like her, that's a lot of work. Right, I got to run her. I've got to build her drive. I got to build her up, really build that tenacity. But I also have to build that obedience as well, right? Which I'll say that's one of the things I messed up as a young handler when I got her. She was my first working dog of that sort, and I was learning how to handle. She's learning how to do the things, but under some advice that I don't agree with now was like, hey, if you teach them obedience, it kills drive.
That's
it
not
really
true.
doesn't. That's not true. She has much better obedience now, and she has just as much drive. Actually, I think it made her more intense when I put the obedience on her, because I was able to channel that drive to where I wanted it. So she's completely social, right? Like, you wouldn't know that she will eat your face off if I told her to. Very social, chill. I use chill very loosely there. She's running around all over the place. But when I tell her to do the thing, there is a level of tenacity that comes out that she's more of a beast than she is chill, right? But I've channeled that and focused it, and I'm like, hey, under these parameters, you can act this way. This is where you focus your energy and stuff. And that's good, especially with working dogs like this. Like, you don't want a loose cannon. Like, she's basically a loaded gun with teeth that has no safety, like, except for me. Like, I'm her safety, right?
Yeah.
She's got a brain of her own. So I don't want her just going around like, oh, I'm going to bite this person, I'm going to bite that person, right? Like, no, you bite when I tell you to bite, regardless of what's going on. Here's your parameters for doing that stuff. But yeah, she's outwardly focused because that's her job. Whereas like service dogs are on that same level pretty much of training. It's a lot of obedience because they have to have that great obedience. You have to do a lot of public access because they need to learn how to go all kinds of places, restaurants, airports, buses, trains, whatever their new handler is going to do. They need to be prepared for those situations and how to act. And then on top of that, you have the task training. So there's a lot of training that goes into that, the same as with like these kind of dogs. I have to train her for all the scenarios that she's possibly going to see, right? Because when it comes to training dogs, they think in pictures. So they see pictures, like she's acting like she doesn't have any obedience right now. Why? Because she's never sat in a podcast with me, right? Like, this is all new to her. And she's like, oh, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. What do I do? I'm going to run around. I'm going to go say hi to him. And then even though she knows, like, hey, I should probably just chill here, now she's kind of settling in. She's like, oh, she's kind of learning this new picture, right? It's the same as any other situation. But that's the thing. It's like, okay, if we're going to go search buildings, I can't just take a dog that's never gone and searched a building and expect her to do it right the first time, right? I got to build her into that. And I teach her all the pictures of every possible scenario that, as best as I can, that she might encounter. So she knows how to act in those situations. We're painting those pictures. So then when she sees that picture, she's like, I've seen this before. I know what to do. Same with service dogs, pet dogs, and so forth.
Nice. All right. Yeah, I know. It's just like looking into my soul. So how would you describe the quality of life change for you getting into working with animals like this?
So yeah, again, first was horses, right? That was huge. That taught me a lot. I was angry, bitter, no emotional control. If you've ever worked with horses, you know that they basically are a giant mirror. They're gonna
show you what you are.
Exactly, and that's what I used to tell people was, hey, you can lie to me, you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to that horse over there. It's gonna tell me everything I need to know about you and myself, right? So it really helped me learn to manage my emotions, right? Because I'd start to get worked up about stuff. And guess what? That horse is going to react as such. So I had to learn to take those deep breaths, calm myself, center myself, and then the horse would calm down. And it got to the point where, if my horse was acting a little weird, I'd have to check myself, right? Like, hey, is it weird because of my energy or is there something else going on? And it really helped me manage those emotions. Then moving into working with dogs, it's kind of similar. Not the same, but kind of the same, right? Like, if you have a high energy dog like her, I'm going to keep my energy lower because I'm going to kind of balance her out, right? Which honestly, like, I'm the same way, right? Like, if you get worked up with me, what am I going to do? I'm going to escalate. Versus if I'm elevated and you bring me down, or if you stay calm, right, I'm going to come down. It's kind of the same with these guys. Like, if I'm cool, calm, collected, and I'm chill, then it's going to help bring them down, which helps with, like, dogs that are fearful or lack confidence. If they're like, oh God, that's going to get me, or, like, they're starting to freak out about everything. And I'm just like, everything's normal, you know? And then they're going to be like, oh, well, he's not freaking out. I don't need to freak out. Or a high energy dog like her, she's like really amped up. I'm going to bring myself down. I'm going to be very calm, chill, and that's going to help bring her down. Versus you get a dog that's low energy and it might need to pick me up. So I'm going to have to bring my energy up to kind of get it to raise its energy, right?
Mm-hmm. So you have more control over it when it comes to the dogs.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've heard of the horse thing. It's like, yeah, if you're feeling bad, a horse is gonna know you're feeling bad, and everything else. They're very empathetic animals.
Oh yeah.
But dog works with you. That's what I keep hearing.
They're very empathetic too, right? Like,
But they know what you need. That's why I heard the difference is. Like, if you need someone out with you. It's like, yeah. I know in this past year I had some pretty rough stuff kind of happen. My dog was there for me. You know, it's just. It's weird how that is. You're like, all right, I'm cool with this. It's nice. And I remember hearing, because our mutual friend Ann Hayden, she works with counter human trafficking and dealing with a lot of the people who have been victimized in that. How have you found that the dogs have helped out in that world?
Yeah, it's honestly it's very similar to veterans. You know, they deal with a lot of the same issues that we do, right? PTSD, anxiety, depression. It's a lot of the psychiatric care, right? Like service dogs for DPT, blocking. So it's very similar, and it helps them pretty well the same, right? Like it helps, like the one we just took to Oklahoma out of our Levi's Legacy initiative. She's like, oh my gosh, like my quality of life has gone up, right? She was like I was before I got Levi. Like I didn't go to the store, right? Like there was a 4-month period I never left my house except for to go ride my horse. Like I didn't go into town. I didn't want to be around people. And if I had to go to the store, you know, I would make my list, find what aisle everything was on, and then itemize that so I could get in and out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And any longer than that, I'm over it, right? She was kind of the same way, except for she's like, didn't even go into the store. Like I would just order pickup and have them bring it to my car. And now she's like, hey, I'm actually going into the store, and I have that confidence because I have this service dog. And I know if something happens, you know, like if she starts to have her anxiety starts to spike, her dog's going to let her know, and her dog's trained to do what needs to be done to help her through that. But sometimes even just having that companion by your side gives you that confidence to go out and take on things that basically you're regaining freedom is really how I look at it. You know, when you have PTSD or anxiety, depression, things of such, like you lose a lot of freedom. You lose that ability to go out and do those things, right? Like 15 minutes in public and I'm drained for the rest of the day. Now I have that freedom to go out and engage with people because I have my service dog here. I know if one of those medical conditions that I have pops up, you know, he's going to let me know ahead of time, right? And so forth. So you gain back a lot of freedoms that otherwise is lost.
That's awesome. Yeah, and for those girls, actually, there's guys who get involved in that too. But I guess any person who's victimized, how do they find you in this realm? Is it through Ann, or is it through like Skull Games or Fireborn or any of those guys?
So we only started this about 6 months ago, probably. What month is it? It's November. Well, I guess longer than that, March. We trained our first service dog for a survivor. And, you know, she reached out we had met through some mutual friends, and she was like, hey, I want a service dog. We trained her dog for her. She's like, you know, there's not really anyone out here training service dogs for survivors. Mm-hmm. Looked it up. There's 2 organizations across the country that do it. And I was like, well, let's fill a need there. In May, I lost my service dog, Levi, who, ironically, the last service dog he helped us train was Sherlock that we trained for that human trafficking survivor. And so we started an initiative to train service dogs for survivors of human trafficking, called it Levi's Legacy. We've been going through a lot of, I guess, growing pains, figuring out how to grow this and get the funding. We've trained 2 so far. Anne's dog is actually coming to us in about 3 weeks.
She getting a Mal? Is she getting one of these? Or
No, she has a like an XL pity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big old watermelon head.
Yeah,
That's what's up. Feed him
I
coconuts.
just saw him a few weeks ago, and he was already like this big at like 12 weeks old. So he's gonna be massive.
They're the sweetest dogs, though.
They
They
are,
will
though.
fight, but they like. He's sitting around because I've had pit bulls. They just, yeah, okay, you have personal space, whatever. Just lay on top of you.
Same with these guys. Like it's funny because like most of the breeds that people are scared of are the biggest cuddly babies.
Yeah, they're the best movie dogs. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they will eat your popcorn. But
She would definitely eat your popcorn or drink your coffee. I'm surprised she hasn't got my coffee right here
I've been
yet.
watching. Yeah, I'm like, no.
Last thing she needs is caffeine. She'll be doing backflips off the stairs over here.
What's going to bring us to our Teach Me segment? I'm joking. But awesome. So, how can people help with the Levi with the program that you got going on?
Yeah, so we do have a donate link through PayPal. Money goes straight towards helping us cut those costs. Like we mentioned, it's not cheap. Even with our way of shortening the process, you're still looking at $15,000+
Of course.
per dog. So trying to come up with that money, to be transparent, like we've eaten a lot of costs ourselves on the first few that we've done for this, right? Because you got to build that proof of concept so that people will buy in and be like, hey, like this works, it changes lives. So Laura and I have trained the first couple for pretty much nothing, right? Just enough to cover our cost, and donated thousands of dollars and hours of time to train those dogs. So that's kind of our next step, is really trying to find some donors or sponsors that will cover those costs. But we do have a donate link if anybody wants to donate, and I can give that to you so you can add it to your show notes. But yeah, I mean, we've revamped the whole thing. We've built a whole survivor advisory board, so that way we make sure everything we do is is informed by survivors. We'll make sure we're using the right verbiage, we're doing things right, kind of fill in those gaps, because I'm not a survivor in that capacity, and we'll say that I'm a survivor, but not in the capacity of like human trafficking, right? We're all survivors of life.
Anne's very good at pointing out things that we kind of overlook.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll like her and me had a conversation the other day. It was like, you're missing some things. So I'm like, yeah, I know. But it's good to have people like that. It's like the horse and the dog thing. Is like they'll see things that we're kind of overlooking because we're mission orientated, right?
Right.
And when it comes to like biting the cost and doing all that, I get it. When you're passionate about something and you believe in something, you'll put everything you can into it, which confuses the rest of the world. But passion doesn't have a lot of sense sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
it's not about the money, right?
It isn't. It's all about the purpose. It's about the mission.
Impact. Yeah.
And when the
purpose.
impact is great, I mean, that's the legacy that gets left behind. It's not about us. It's about what the mission is.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's
Now,
awesome.
granted, it's not about the money, but the money makes it where we can keep doing what we do, right? Like,
I
you
know
gotta
it doesn't
have the
happen.
money.
It doesn't happen if it doesn't get it. I get it. That's just why, like, we'll make sure we put the link in there so people can actually look into it. And well, I'll give you some connections that I have personally to try to help you out. As you can imagine, I live in Las Vegas. The human trafficking thing is a pretty big deal there. So there are organizations out there that might be able to help out. We'll see what we can do. Definitely.
Absolutely.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a few minute break, and we'll see if she needs another 6 gallons of water.
Being in the Marine Corps and working with dogs, I feel like there's a lot of connections between the two of those, as far as not only leadership and showing and leading by example for the dogs, but also in how you guys carry yourselves out in public. What is something that you learned in the Marine Corps that taught you how to love a dog better?
Man, that's a good question. I think I tie a lot of what I learned in the Marine Corps into dogs. I will attribute a lot of the training to what I learned working on aircraft. Right. Your first step is troubleshoot the problem. Right?
Yes.
It's the same with dogs, same with horses. Pretty much everything in life, right, comes down to figure out what the problem is, find a solution, and then implement that solution.
Absolutely.
Granted, sometimes you got to make adjustments along the way. You're like, oh, maybe it wasn't this thing, but you can figure out that baseline and get going. And I think that's crucial in training the dogs, especially dogs with behavioral issues, or if you're struggling with teaching a dog how to do something, right? Like military, there's the approved way of doing things, right? By the book.
Yeah.
But there's other ways to do things.
Especially in aviation, you can't get by in aviation working as a mechanic without doing things a little bit not by the book. Otherwise, you don't meet sorties and birds don't fly.
Yeah. For example, like I was a flight line mechanic, so that's power plants, all the fun stuff like taxiing, all that stuff, fuel systems, all of those things. We weren't supposed to disconnect any aviation or avionics stuff or take off panels. Do you think I waited 45 minutes for some airframer to come take this panel off when they got time, or AVI to get out there and unhook that component? Off the record, yes, on the record, yes, I waited. Off the record, no, I didn't. Right? Like you did what you had to do to get that job done. Because like you said, there's missions. Those birds got to fly, right?
Yes.
If that bird can't make its launch, then it can't accomplish its mission, whatever that may be, right? Whether it's just training or it's, going to pick up some grunts somewhere or deliver supplies, whatever it may be, that bird's got to fly for that mission, and you got to make sure that they're up and running. It's kind of the same with them. Like you got to figure out what works, right? One dog, it might be, they might be highly food motivated. So that's the ideal situation, right? So yeah, cool. I'll just put food in your face, teach you what I want. Some dogs I might have to use a little more correction, because or pets or whatever I can get to get through that dog to teach it what I need to teach it. And it really kind of depends on what's going on with that dog. So you got to be flexible. Murphy's Law definitely is in effect when you're working with dogs. Like
Absolutely.
It doesn't ever go as planned. So you got to be able to improvise, and you have to be able to think through solutions.
So you were telling me when we got in here that you want to teach us something about bite work. One of the things you probably wish you could have done on the flight line when things weren't going awry, but instead she's going to be the one doing the biting. So we're going to roll into that. I can't wait to see it. Anything you want to tell us about this just before we start about it? Maybe about the safety behind it.
Yeah, so it's very dangerous,
Yes.
teaching. Like if I mess up, I get bit. If you mess up, or the handler messes up, the decoy gets bit, right?
Yes.
So there is safety risks to doing bite work, but that's where again another military aspect, communication. You got to have that open communication.
Yes.
And you've got to think on a split second. You got to react on a split second for sure.
Absolutely. Let's watch her sink her teeth into Ronnie.
All right, welcome back to Triple V. We're about to get into the Teach Me segment. What are we doing?
We're gonna do some bite work with Padme here.
Oh, okay. So how do we, what's the steps for this?
Well, as you can tell, she's
ready.
And ready. First thing I'll notice is she's got her vest on now.
She knows she's
ready.
ready.
So another cool thing about dogs is this applies to like working dogs like her, protection dogs, or service dogs, right? Like they get used to certain gear. So like a service dog, they'll act one way when they have their vest off, put their vest on, they're like, oh, it's time to work. Same with her, except for her work is different. She's like, oh, we're gonna either bite things or go sniff out explosives. She already saw the sleep over there, so she kind of knows what's coming next, and she's excited.
I'm excited. All right. So what's the first thing we're gonna do?
So there's different aspects to building a protection dog, right? Like I mentioned, you gotta build them up, right? First, she's tough. She's very tough. When you're first starting out with the dog, you know, you're gonna take it a little easier on them. You know, kind of build them up, pat them up a little bit. To her, when we're doing bite scenarios, I'm almost full on fighting with her. And you know, if you don't know anything about where bite work and you see that, it's like, oh, he's being mean to that dog. But in reality, I'm preparing her to do her job. Because what's the first thing that's gonna happen in a real scenario?
He's gonna hit her.
Yeah, you're gonna hit her, you're gonna
Kick her.
shoot her, you're gonna
Yeah.
kick her, you're gonna do whatever. So she needs to feel like she's bulletproof. And you don't do that by just immediately coming in and, you know, smacking the crap out of the dog.
You build her up.
You
like
build her
sparring.
up.
It's sparring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. You're gonna build her up until make her feel like she's 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and there's nothing out there that can stop her. One of the ways we do that is with agitation. So we're gonna start with agitation. Laura here is gonna hold her leash. I'm gonna demonstrate that, but I'm not even doing anything right now.
It's just a sound.
Yeah. So
the sound.
this is a clatter stick.
Uh-huh.
It's broken. I'm gonna get a new one, but takes together. Still does the same thing. So I'll use that to get her head. You see, she's getting amped. The whining, she's getting more. And then when she's ready, she'll give her watch command.
Okay,
And
watch.
then she'll I want to know that she'll actually do it, right? Some dogs get very fixated on gear. And in the real world, somebody's not going to come out with one of these on.
No.
So I need to know that she's going to bite with or without this. So I can take that off. My first time working a dog. Oh! Oh! You see how fast she is?
Yeah.
Oh! Oh!
Girl.
Hey! Oh! Oh! So I'm giving her feedback, right? Oh!
So she knows how to respond.
Oh!
Good girl.
Oh! I'm letting her know that she's winning and giving her that feedback. That's part of building her up, making her feel 10 feet tall and bulletproof.
That way, if she does get impacted, she knows. Okay.
So see, also I've trained her. I'm not doing anything aggressive, right? So even though we're doing bite stuff, I can come up casually. But if I was, oh, that's it. The last scenario we'll do. I'll let you take a bite from her.
Okay.
Again, she'll do passive bites, so you don't have to do anything. You just stand there, laning.
Just stand there and she'll go.
Laning.
How do I do it?
Left hand, stick it in. There's a
Lane.
little bar in there. You can hold on to it. He doesn't. I hold on to it.
I've never. I'm gonna hold it. 'Cause
I don't. Well, I kind of hold. So, with the sleeve, give you a little fundamentals here. With a big, powerful dog, if your arm's like this, they can actually snap your arm. Slavery.
Alright.
No, sir. 7. Eyes. You ready?
Always.
Eyes. Cargo. Good girl. Good. Good.
Oh, there it is.
So keep pulling back, keep pulling back.
Pulling back.
Keep pressure. I'm gonna have her rebite when she does drop to your knee.
Go ahead.
Cargo. Oh, cargo. Good.
There you go.
Good. deeper. Cargo. There we go. There it is. Pat me. No sit. No sit. Laney. Laney.
That's so fun.
All right. She's tired, so we'll give her a
I
break.
could tell she's tired. Cause she
was like, I'm biting because I'm supposed to, but she's like, I'm worn out.
Yeah, she's so fun, bro. Oh, I guess we're
Hey, no, we're not.
Bonnie, describe to me what that was like.
What it was like? It's like having a little bit of like a little pressure on the arm, just bringing you down. Like imagine just getting it clamped. I don't even know how to describe it. Like a little bit of a vice. Yeah, it's like a vice on your arm, kind of holding you. But you can feel the control that she has. If she wanted to go harder, you can definitely tell she could. She was a little bit tired because we've been running through drills and all that, but she had complete control. I wouldn't be able to get away from her if it was right on my arm. I know she'd be able to take me down, but you can tell she has a lot of discipline, a lot of strength, a lot of practice in this. I felt completely safe, ironically, with her attacking me. I would do it again. I actually want to do it more. I can tell she's tired. Another time.
Perfect.
Awesome. Cool.
So, for anyone watching who has never worked with dogs in a professional capacity, never understood what it meant to have either a therapy dog or a dog that finds things for you like her and helps with the missions that you guys do, what is something that you could tell them about the purpose and importance of this?
Yeah, I mean, I think most dogs, especially working dogs, should have some kind of job. I
mean, everyone needs a dog. Let's be real.
Yeah, everybody needs a dog. Some people don't deserve a dog,
Yes.
but a dog benefits everyone, right? Teaching that one, it gives you something to do, right? Like having a purpose, getting up, training your dog. Some people think training their dog is cruel. I think it's more cruel to not have training on your dog because it teaches them boundaries, teaches them expectations. If you have a dog, understand your dog,
Yeah.
right? Understand what they're telling you, be able to read their body language. If there's no boundaries, it's like relationships without boundaries, right?
Yes.
Like you don't want people walking all over you. If you don't have boundaries with a dog, it's the same thing. They're going to take advantage of you. They have no leadership. They just kind of do whatever they want to do. And people think it's cute when it's a little dog, but then you get a dog like her or, like a pit bull or, something big. And then when they don't have boundaries, it's a big issue.
Yes.
Well, that can be avoided by giving them a little bit of training, giving them some guidance, direction, expectations of how you expect them to perform. And it's like us, if we don't have expectations, we don't know what's expected of. We've all worked for a boss that doesn't have clear expectations. And you're like, well, what the heck am I supposed to do every day? Versus when you have a boss that says, hey, I expect you to do X, Y, and Z. Cool. I know what your expectations are for me. It's the same with them. If they don't have expectations, then they're confused, right? So it's a benefit to you and your dog to have some kind of training.
And seeing you walk us through her commands when we first came in here, she was getting to know us. I know it's called training. I know it's called dog training, but it really feels like an education for them. It's that love, care, compassion, and respect that it just comes off of the both of you when you're interacting. And I love that. It goes to like raising a child. You're not going to just say, here's some food, have fun, live your life. You're going to teach them how to talk. You're going to teach them how to live, and you're going to give them that same love, care, and respect. Having a dog going through this level of training and education, it's the same thing. It's an extension of you. It's an extension of your family. And I really appreciate you do this because there's not a lot of people that know how to train, just like people don't know how to train kids sometimes. They don't know how to educate kids sometimes. They don't know how to educate a dog. So things like this, they are extremely important, especially out here somewhere in like Normal, Illinois, where you were telling me there's not really anything like this out here.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up a good point with the kids, right? And this is something I tell a lot of our clients too. Is like the expectations are huge. How do we build those expectations? Do I just tell her no to everything? No, I tell her what I expect, right?
Yes.
So example to the kids point, right? Like if you have a kid and they're, trying to steal cookies out of the cookie jar and I'm like, "No, don't do that." And then they go, what are they going to do? They're going to go jump on the couch now. Don't do that. And they're just going to keep finding things that I don't want them to do versus if they're jumping on the couch, instead of saying, "Stop doing that," I say, "Hey, go play outside," or "Hey, go clean your room," or "Hey, go do my." Now they know what I expect from them.
Yes.
Instead of what they're doing. The same with her. So if she's doing something I don't want, I'm going to tell her what I want her to do in that situation. So example is, well, my dog goes and barks at the door every time it rings. Cool. Well, when the doorbell rings, go have them do X, Y, or Z instead, and do that every time. And eventually what's going to happen, she's going to have that expectation. Doorbell rings, I go get on my climb, right? And I just sit here and chill. So you have those expectations. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people that try to train their dogs, and they try their best, but having a deeper understanding of how they think, how they act, how they react, how they respond to things, most people don't understand them on that level, and I think that's one of my favorite parts about training dogs is teaching their owner, their handler, how to understand their dog so that they can have that better relationship.
I love that. And so, with a dog like her that has the level of training and education that she does, what type of person would someone like her be good for?
Oh God, you gotta have some experience. She's very highly trained, very intelligent. She will try to walk over you
Yeah.
if you don't. She's gonna, like I said, I've had her almost 2 years. She
Yeah.
still tries me sometimes, right?
Oh, I bet.
Like she's like, "Are you gonna enforce that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, get over here, do this," right? So a dog like her takes a lot of leadership, handling, but we have a phenomenal working relationship. Like she pretty much knows what I expect out of her. Uh, Now, granted, she is very high energy, so sometimes she tries to anticipate
Yeah.
what I want her to do. I'm like, "No, hey, do this," and she's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Like you saw, we were doing some obedience, and she kind
Yeah.
of flipped into a random position. I'm like, "That's not what I said, right?"
Yeah.
She kind of anticipates sometimes what I want from her, and you got to be like, "Hey, slow it down, slow, smooth, fast, right? Slow it down, do it right." I think that's probably the hardest thing is you also got to stay calm,
Yeah.
right? I can't get mad and start yelling at you. I don't yell at her. I just tell her. If I do yell at her, it's probably because there's something urgent, right? And so there's meaning behind me raising my voice. It's like, hey, like there's an impending danger or something. That's about the only time I'm gonna yell at you. So that way she's like, oh, like dad raised his voice. There's something going on. I should probably really listen right now, right?
Absolutely. Is there anything that I haven't brought up that you think is really important to talk about when it comes to training dogs like this?
I think it all just boils down, and this is how we focus our training, right? Is on the relationship between canine and handler. Whether it's a pet dog, it's a working dog, it comes down to your relationship with that dog, and you get that by, as I said, setting clear expectations, having clear communication. A lot of people fail on the communication aspect, well, and expectations, but communication, they don't communicate clearly with their dog. Their dog doesn't understand what they are expected to do. Understanding your dog, all of that stuff builds that relationship. And to create a conflict-free relationship, you have to have all of those things into place. There's a lot of people who's like, yeah, my dog loves me so much. Not really. Your dog doesn't see you as a leader, doesn't see you in the capacity that you think it does.
Right. They run the house. A lot of people's dogs, it's their house. Their humans are just living in it.
And it shouldn't be that way. Last time I checked, she doesn't pay any of my bills. She doesn't.
No.
She doesn't bring in the rent, right? I do that. It's kind of like a kid. You don't pay the bills around here. I do. So these are your expectations as a member of this house. Now she does have jobs. You do those jobs, you get paid, right?
Yeah.
but I still pay the rent. I still pay the bills. I'm in charge around here. Yeah.
So if someone doesn't know about what a dog like her could potentially do, explain it to someone that has never experienced a dog like that.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm very lucky with her, right? Like, yeah, there's a lot of training I put into her, but I will say I got lucky and got a really good dog
Yes.
with her. She is very social, very chill, but she'll bite your freaking face off,
Yeah.
right? And that's always a risk if left unchecked. She could just say, "Hey, cameraman over here's a threat. I'm gonna bite him in the face."
Yeah.
Right? She doesn't because she has expectations from me on how to behave, and left unchecked, she could be a liability. There are people that had protection dogs that are like that. That they'll bite anybody unless you tell them not to. So there is a risk to having a dog like this if you don't manage the thing. That's why we're so particular on who we train protection dogs for. One, that's my brand and my name behind that. I don't want a dog out here that's just going around biting people because of the handler.
Yes.
Right? Like every dog we train is very high quality because I have a very high standard because, I mean, it's Devil Dog Canine.
Yes.
It's got the Marine Corps, nickname associated with it. Like, I want to represent, that lineage really well. So I have the highest standard. But also that's my name. That's my reputation behind that. I'm not going to put out anything that's not up to my standard. And I don't want to be associated with anyone that isn't going to uphold my standard.
Absolutely. And with that, she has jobs, you mentioned. She has her own mission to do. What type of jobs and missions is a dog that has the level of training like this prepared for?
So her specifically, so outside of just, we're pretty well involved in the anti-trafficking community, right?
Absolutely.
Like training the therapy dogs, training the service dogs. I'm working on getting my passport so I can personally become more involved in that stuff. And, we've done some work down in Memphis, helped recover missing people. I would like to get her and I more involved in the, boots on the ground stuff. Right?
Absolutely.
So that's kind of what she's trained for. Now she's trained to have my 6 in a normal situation, nothing normal about the situation she's trained for, but in a situation where you had to breach a building, I can send her in. I love her dearly. So when I say this, it's not because I don't love her, but she is a tool, right?
Yes.
She's the same as a knife or a gun or a grenade or that breaching tool over there. She's a tool that is used for a mission, right? So the way she's trained, I can send her in. If she gets killed, yeah, I'm going to hate that, right? But keeps me alive, right? And I think that's that military mindset. Like, she is a tool. I do love her just as much, actually, I love her more than my rifle. But she's a tool for a purpose, for a mission. She sniffs explosive odors and alerts to that. If she messes that job up, well, she goes boom, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm still alive, right? So there's kind of you have to have a different mentality with a dog like her than like a service dog or a pet dog. Like, you love them, but you're also a tool. You're expendable to a sense, which is kind of rough to say. And if you don't understand it, you probably aren't going to understand it, right? But yeah, she is a tool. No matter how much I love her.
I would say she's no more of a tool than your typical Marine, because Marines are tools. Even though they are people, that's what they signed up for, and that's what she's signed up for. It's the same level of love and care. Devil Dog Canines, hey, thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. Hope everyone got to enjoy seeing Ronnie with the sleeve on. Oh, that was crazy, right? 3 things to say to you. 1, go Birds. Number 2, can't wait to show you all the other stuff we have going on. And number 3, go Birds. Take care.